Hello, welcome back to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel. Today it's part 2 of the Citroen 2cv6 series. So like I said, welcome back. This is part 2 to the Citroen 2cv6 series featuring Tintin in these rather unusual but I think quite interesting and intriguing brochures from the 80s. This was part 1 of the series, so I'll put a link up there somewhere which features this particular brochure. Like I say, we're up to part 2, which is the further adventures of the 2cv6, so we'll have a look at that brochure now. So this second one is actually dated the 1st of August 1984, and the first glimpse of this car is this little 2cv6 special peeping out of this crate. And as we open it up, we can see a further development of this unusual cartoon style featuring Tintin, as I say. And as it says here, the unique 2cv6 isn't just for the adventurous. So let's have a further look at these particular cartoon. Okay, so kind of like the story is, this 2CV has been dropped in a crate, so it now needs some assembly. And it starts off saying assembly couldn't be easier. 2CV's lightweight body panels simply bolt together. And yeah, they were very much a bolt on, bolt off, very easy to assemble and disassemble, of course. But can be removed and replaced with just a spin of the starting handle, a screwdriver and a spanner. And there he goes, off in his 2cv6 special. And then we get our first glimpse of Tintin himself. Captain Haddock revs the engine hard so the captives recognise the familiar note of the 2CV. Our hero then throws back the roof, easy in a 2CV, balances on a sturdy seat. And of course, if you've ever heard of 2CV, you really don't have to even see a 2CV to recognise the engine note. And finds yet another use for the 2CV's versatile starting handle. Dropping through the open top with room to spare, the escapees have a soft landing. Charleston models boast padded cloth seats as standard. Bowling down a rough dirt track, nippy 2CV shows the pursuers a clean pair of heels. Its uncomplicated engine takes it over 71 miles per hour in some matter of time, and maybe on a little bit of a decline, but anyway. Furthermore, 2CV's front wheel drive maintains traction in all conditions, so it can go fast where others just stick fast. 2CV shows off its talents for tight corners while the lorry goes wide of the mark. Agile 2CV dodges through the forest while the villains can't see the wood for the trees or avoid them. The enemies are still in hot pursuit, but the 2CV runs and runs. Not that you would really associate a 2CV with a car trying to get away, but there we go. That's what it's kind of like portraying in this little magazine. And then the bottom text here is kind of like talking about the 2CV showing its age, meaning it's a very simple design, which is an advantage, and how it's more or less impossible to roll it. And then furthermore telling what a comfortable vehicle it is. And the next page, in the deserts it's the next best thing to a camel. Really showing that sort of like air-cooled engine, design benefits, you know, the strength of the 2CV. And it says down here, designed for safety, built for strength, loads more of everything. No water, no fan belt, no sweat. And the bottom finally it talks about here, the 2CV takes the rough with the smooth, so that way it gets away on this desert track. And kind of like the whole series really is promoting the 2CV. Yes, we're saying it's an old design, but that can be a benefit. It's easy to take apart and put back together, which means it's very easy to maintain. It's got a very small, simple engine, but that could be a good thing, so low maintenance, etc. So it's trying to show its sort of bad points, I guess, and making them into good points in a way. And then finally, it starts talking about the models. And as in the first brochure, there's two models, of course. The Charleston being the higher spec model, so has similar mechanical specifications to the 2CV Special. The Charleston's exotic colour scheme of dark red and black or two-tone grey recalls the Roaring 20s. Luxurious padded seats all around, chrome-plated hubcaps and stainless steel chrome-plated headlamps and stainless steel hubcaps are all standard. The Charleston boasts a more modern console and more than adequate instrumentation. Separate front seats, moulded interior door handles, courtesy light, vanity mirror, front ashtray and twin sun visors are all standard on the 2CV Charleston. And then it starts talking about the Special. The 2cv6 Special has deliberately been kept as simple and cheap as possible, but it does offer a surprising degree of comfort. There's room for 4 adults inside almost 8 cubic feet of luggage space behind them. Separate front seats and rear passenger seats that can be removed to increase load still further. All 2cv6 Specials have a colour-coded roof that folds right back easily and quickly from inside the car to catch the sun. Seats throughout are upholstered in jersey cloth. 2cv6 Special has a 2-cylinder 602cc air-cooled engine that offers good fuel economy. A range of bright colours makes driving the 2CV even more fun. Choose from red, white or blue. So a very basic colour choice at this stage, red, white or blue for the Special. Two-tone grey for the Charleston, or that maroon and black. And then of course on the main page it shows the Charleston in that maroon and black and the Special in this blue. Like I say, this particular Special is pretty much identical to the blue 2cv6 Special I had as my first car. And of course the characters are still here, Tintin, etc. And then finally on the back page we come to the specification page, and on this particular one there is a dealer stamp for Dumfries Citroen Centre. So let's zoom in on this, and as always let's have another look at these specifications. They are the same specifications as the previous brochure, but let's just have a quick zoom in anyway. So like I say, the same idea for the Special and the Charleston, that same 2-cylinder 602cc engine, 29 brake horsepower, manual gearbox. Same brakes, very sort of simple drum brakes like we've looked at before. Again, that very low top speed of 71.5 miles per hour. And it says a standing 1,000 meters you can do in 44.5 seconds. 0 to 62 not applicable. You might as well say too slow to measure for that, because you know it's a very slow car. And then we've got the different specifications between the Special and the Charleston. Just very simple extras for the Charleston. You got a low battery charge warning light. You got basic things like a courtesy mirror beneath the front sun visor, adjustable front sun visors, only one on the Special, 2 sun visors on the Charleston. So really, they're not really luxury features. They're kind of like features you would expect anyway on the Charleston. It's only because the 2cv6 Special is so basic, really. And then finally, you've got this enlarged boot, which you can get on the back, a big square box that fits on the rear to make a larger boot. And like I say, some specifications, but mainly this sort of Dumfries Citroen Centre, and where this brochure originally came from. So there we go, that's the end of part 2. In part 3 we'll be looking at the third of this series, which makes sense, doesn't it? The adventures of the 2cv6 and the Arctic Snowman. This particular one is a year later. We're up to August 1985 now. So we'll see you very soon for that episode, but for now we'll say take care and goodbye.